Hi guys, hope you enjoy the content, but before you do that, don't forget to give us a like on YouTube. It really does help out. While you're also giving us a like, don't forget to hit subscribe and of course that little bell button to get notified. Also give us a share as well. But before you do that, you can also get a contact with us via Discord. The link is in the description below. So, on to the videos. Hi guys, and welcome back to Transport Fever. Before I get into this, you probably saw that we've got a new intro, so yeah, that's going to be in place from now on. Quite a few changes have happened. As you can probably see, that I'm now going to be rendering this at 1080 rather than 720. It's not going to make much of a difference, it just means that you can see a bit better. And it means, you know, when I do get my new graphics cards, it means that I don't need to worry about it. And I've also changed the rendering settings on OBS. It's not scaling anymore, so it's taking the full screen, and that should also help with what you're seeing now. And as I says, once I get the new graphics card, it will look even better. It really will. Also, I would like to apologise about the lack of videos. If you saw Eco earlier, I basically explained in that video what was happening. Basically, I've been preoccupied for the last week or so playing Eco. If you're wondering why, go ahead and watch the last video. It just came out like a few hours ago. So that will explain where I've been for the last week or so. Also my sleeping pattern's screwed, so that's also one of the reasons why I've not been able to put out videos. I'm doing extra videos today, so you've got some stuff to go out. So I think that's all the main things that I need to say before we get into this video. So yeah, welcome back to Transport Fever. So since we last played, the thank you patch was released, which includes new improvements to the game. It's actually running relatively well right now, as you can probably see. Also in the last Transport video, I didn't do any commentary. In fact, I didn't really do much in the video. I just followed up one person from his home in Augusta to the workplace in the main hub and then back. I didn't really do much video work in that episode, so I don't know if it's because I was too tired to do it or something, but I'd done it anyway. So also you can probably see that we do have the new industries working again. We're raking in not a massive amount. I think we're making some money sometime. You can see last year we made 79 mil. So I think if we just don't spend anything really on new vehicles, because well, you can see we spent 141 million on new vehicles this year. I think that was vehicle replacement. I think some of the vehicles are starting to die off, which is fair. I think I added a few vehicles as well. I'm not sure, I can't remember. So despite only having 64 million, we are actually profiting now. So we're looking quite good now, and obviously because demand's back, we are actually profiting despite being 22 million down. But of course last month we were down 50 million, so that is actually fine. That will slowly accumulate and build back up again over time, because if you look at the income from last year, so we bought 90 million in last year as well. So that didn't help either. So there's not really a way we can tell right now. I would need to go this year without buying anything, but I think we're in the clear for money. Well, look, we've already paid off 10 million. I think we'll be fine. So what we'll do is we'll wait, we'll grab you, because I think you're going down to the hub. I added more trains in. I think is it the open top trailer that goes to the manufacturing hub, which is this one, is like 600 meters long or something. You'll probably see it coming in here at some point. But yeah, it's basically the full platform. Is it the open top or the flatbed? I think it's the open top. Cause no, that's the open top, isn't it? Must be the flatbed then. It's longer. I can't remember. But I know it's the one that's between the raw hub and the manufacturing hub that I've made longer. Because there was a lot of that demand since it's gone up. So the new changes in the Transport Fever, I wasn't sure or not if the mods were going to work, and also if it would corrupt the save game, because you know what games are like when they're getting new releases and stuff. We'll take Eco example. Pretty much explained what happened to you in that game. Basically it's screwed itself over. Can I see this train? So that's 600. So basically in the new Transport Fever update, apparently there are new vehicle camera actions which I haven't seen yet. So I don't know if you need to actually follow it or something maybe. There's that, and I believe that they drive backwards or in reverse, they don't turn round. So, no, they're still doing it. Am I actually on the new version? I don't think I am. The screen resolution did reset, but I don't think it's actually updated. I think I'm still on like a test branch or something. So after this video I'll probably go and have a look, because apparently the trains don't actually like do that, they just drive in reverse. So I'll have a look. If it screws my save files I'll just go back to this version, but I don't know, we'll check. There was a lot of improvements to the game which I would like to see, so we'll not know until we find out. But there's the two trains. We'll see how long this train is compared to that one. But I think I basically doubled this train. So that's still passing. Man, they're about the same size. I think once you let the game run for about 10 minutes or so, the lag's not as bad, although the OBS is overloading right now, but it stops after a while. Actually, I was going down to the manufacturing hub, wasn't I? The main hub. Yeah, something like that. Did I fix that? No. I want to fix that road. It's far too high and it doesn't need to be that high. Because let me see, I know I made it high to avoid this, but I don't think it needs to be that high, and it's slowing the vehicles down because they're having to go up such a stupid slope. But you can see the amount of demand that the raw hub's got, which is good for profit. So you can see demand is there, so I strongly recommend you that you do the thing that I showed you in the tutorial a few months back or so. You can see how much it is. Actually, is this updated? Because I don't remember seeing these squares. It could be. Hold on. There's a way to check. Go to the option. Maybe it's in the options. Controls. So the only way I can check is because I've modded my. Actually, don't go into that. I modded the train track speeds, so there's a way to check if I go into speeds here. Not that's congestion. Which one's the speed? Is it that one? We'll give it a few minutes. Don't want it to crash on us. So you can see street traffic's pretty good actually. Come on, game. It's probably because it's just started another month. But you can see we're only 3 million down there. Can I please close that? I want to see the track speed. That looks like it's no changed the tracks, so I don't really know. Let's get that control. 146. I would say that's not changed, unless the update didn't change the actual tracks. Could be. I'll test it here and see what speed it says. That's no changed. I don't know if they haven't changed the track speed or anything like that. Well, they were fixing this port. Oh god, it's going so slow again. It was running fine. I might go down to here. Can I see a bus or something down here? We'll go and have a look. That's got 55 people. Well, it can hold 55 people, I should say. I think the lag's started back up again by the looks of it, which is quite annoying. So, I was planning on doing a Christmas special for Transport Fever and then ended up forgetting about it. But while I was doing that, I was doing like a test run to see how it would run and see what vehicles you would need and stuff. But when I was doing it, I seen, because it was a much later date, I seen what vehicles were coming out, and the next mail truck comes out, I think 90s, and then the last one comes out 2003 or 5 or something like that. But the new ones, I'm just going to have between the cities, because there's no point in putting big ones on the small roads. It's a waste of money, because they can only hold. They can only go so fast in the city. I think they can hit like 62 miles an hour. So it's pretty pointless, and there's more mail going within the city rather than between the cities. So there's no like capacity issue. So yeah, I'm just going to upgrade the city transport ones. rather than the inner city ones. And I actually wanted to follow a bus, not a tram. That doesn't matter. I've not followed a tram in a while anyway. It's quite nice to follow a tram every now and again to see the routes they take and see how busy the places get now that we've got most places connected. I think we've got all the cities actually connected within industry and public transport. We just need to upgrade the bus lines every now and again so that they're adding on to the expanded areas. I'll keep the trams the way they are, they're fine. And I don't really feel like adding extra tram lines, so I think buses will be fine. I'm going to let this autosave, so I'll be back in a few seconds with a drink. Right guys, as you could probably tell from earlier, we actually just crashed. It took about 20 minutes to load it back up. We did lose about 10 minutes, but I need to let the game sit for like 5 minutes before I actually start the record button. Otherwise it lags so badly. So we're pretty much where we were round about where it crashed. I don't know why it crashed on autosave, but it did. I'll need to have a look at the footage when I finish this episode, so I'm probably going to go for another maybe 10-15 minutes. As I said, it did change to a new version, so it's most likely crashed due to like an incompatibility or just, you know, overloading itself. Because this game by now, it's pretty much having problems all the time. And also I noticed in the settings, I don't know if you can actually do it from here. You might be able to. Don't think so. No. You need to enable it before you go in game, but I found that it must be on the new version because I saw that the camera controls were there, so I need to figure them out though. Is that it there, or is that a screenshot thing? That may be a screenshot. Oh, it's a camera tool. Okay. No, that is screenshots or something. I thought that was the new camera thing. We're gonna live, no, it's just completely slowed the game down because it stopped it. Oh, it was actually paused it, hold on. There we go. So I don't know. Oh, there goes autosave. So this is roughly where we were before it crashed. Because it crashed during the autosave. So look at the money we've got now, 100 mil. I think that is us in the clear. When it takes off the expenditures for the month, we should still be in the plus. So I think we're actually good for profit now. I can't really tell until the end of the year to see how much we actually make, because what I'll do is I'll take off the purchases from the vehicles and then that'll give us roughly our overall profit. I think it'll be quite decent actually, because as I said, we've spent about 140 million at the start of the year on new vehicles, so we'll see what it does. See if it adds profit. I'm sure it does, considering we're 100 million up now, and we were losing like bucket loads, like 20 million, 169 million in the previous years before we fixed the issue with the industry demands. It does. See, we've got 18 million still left over, and we've still got the whole month to go. I would say we're alright with money. I don't know why I'm still following that. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on profits, and obviously if you want to see, this is going to lag because it's going to bring up all the lines, isn't it? Yeah. So let's take a look at the balance. So these ones, which I'm assuming is, yes, the hub ones, these are losing what, 20 million each or so. But if we go up to here, 100 million from the raw to open top manufacturer is actually doing really well, making 100 million, which is a really nice amount. And surprisingly, the West transfer hub with the trains, they are actually raking it in 77 million. I think what helped is because these ones are faster and they can hold more people than the diesels that we previously had, and I think that's helping. Look at that, that is running full. So then you've got more raw open top. The open top seem to be the best, because they've got coal, iron, grain, ores and stuff. And surprisingly, these ones are actually making money as well, the passenger terminals. So people are travelling via train now. I haven't seen any of the buses do anything, although I don't expect a bus to rake in 10 million or so. They'll probably rake maybe a couple of million. Not going to be that massive amount. Then you've got that. What's that? Is that the same as them? No, that's trams, isn't it? Yeah, it's the trams. So the trams are making some decent cash as well now, which is good. That one's not been repainted. Can you repaint that vehicle, please? It's not a big issue if it doesn't repaint it. I just like to have my vehicles all colour coded so I know where they're going. Mail, not too shabby, and they'll be even better obviously once we get the better ones, because they're running at max and they can only go 44. So I would say mail will probably increase once the next set of mail vehicles come out, which will be pretty awesome. See, is that more trams? See, are they the right shade of yellow? They look like a slightly different shade. Can I do that? Let's just say they look like a slightly more limeish colour. Then the trucks are doing some decent profits as well. Tram loops. I don't expect the loops to do well, but one of them seems to be doing it. Try to find the buses. Oh, there's one there. So that's doing decent. That's doing decent. Although you should be purple. Are you purple? I think you are. Yeah. It's hard to tell. Can I expand that window? No. So, quite a majority of them are actually doing well. Can I see you? So you're travelling the 9, which is actually quite good. That's the little ones that are coming from the external industries. Then more buses which are profiting, which is pretty awesome. Norwalk's usually, is it Worcester I think is the busy one. I want to see Worcester's. So Worcester's Industry is actually doing well. Obviously because that's also taking it up to Henderson. So that's why they're making quite a bit of money on those trains. Are you actually running full? Out of curiosity. If you are, I don't think it is, but if it is I might actually upgrade it. Yeah, it's fairly full. I could do with more. What's that, paper? Can I see the paper over here? For Worcester. Oh, so it's not really. So it's quite a decent amount of fuel. Fuel's only 66. But I think the fuel train, or the fuel wagons on that train aren't really. They're like the old wagons. I might upgrade this train since it's going to be travelling with a lot of industry on it. I'm going to have a look at the trains. I'm not going to give it the faster train, I'm just going to give it the bigger wagons. Once it loads. So I should probably just do this off camera. Oh well. Vehicles, wagons. So you're going to get the bigger wagons. Because I think there's still one, the small one. So what I'm going to do, the ones that I know that are going to need a lot, I'll put more on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so that can hold 28, that one. What about the actual fuel wagon? 36. And that's already the biggest. Can you take them off? I'll just give it normal fuel wagons. I thought they were bigger than that. Are they the biggest? Well, it says it can only hold up to 28. I might as well just use normal wagons. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It also needs no more from that one. It's going to auto save again. What we'll do is we'll set this one up and then we'll probably call it an episode just to see how it runs. I'm curious to see if that hopper wagon's big or if it can only hold so many. Once it's auto saved, that is, so I'm going to take a drink while it's auto saving. Right, so you're only 18, and that, yeah. So I'm not going to give that cement, that one. I'm going to use the Laffy's ones. So now we go to you, I think, 36, yes. You're going to take industrial, so you're going to take machines. And I don't think there's that many machines, so we'll just take 1, 2, 3. Anything else from industry? Paper. So you take paper. 1, 2, 3 as well for that one. I think that's all. I might just add mail onto these wagons, or no, I'll add them onto this one. 1, 2. So I wasn't sure yet if I was going to add them on or not, but I might as well just add them onto the new trains. We also need flatbeds. For actually, do we need flatbeds? Yeah, construction. I think construction's a high one as well, so we'll add 5 onto that. 3, 4, 5. Good thing is we've got 600 metres to play with, so we've got a lot of space. I think that's all that. Maybe we're going to use the Laffy's one, Laffy's for the cement, weren't we? So let's see what we've got. We've got a few machines. Come on. Do you know what? I'm going to slow this down. Not that it's going to make much of a difference. Machines, construction, cement and mail. So I would say we just need, sorry, not cement, paper. So we'll add that one on since that's going to be bigger. And I don't think cement's that big of a demand either. So, actually, do you know what we'll do? Where's those mail trains? Take them off. We'll use the bigger mail trains. And just stick 2 on at the end. Right, so so you can only hold 14 cement. What was the hopper one? 18. 26, so we'll use that. 1, 2, 3 should be enough, and then we'll get 2 mail trains on the back. Well, 1 even, just 120, especially, yeah, at that price. 18 mil. So how much is that? 136 million. But that'll probably be a decent train, to be honest. Because if it's going to Worcester, isn't it? As soon as I do that, Worcester demand's gone. No, it needs most of the fuel and that anyway. So. See what the fuel actually does. No, the fuel, the mail. Well, it only takes 43 million, so it must have updated pretty recently. So where are you? You must have just left the hub. Yeah. So it's the fuel's still pretty decent. That's going to crash. No, I thought it was going to crash on me again. Is it a headset setting on this damn thing? No. Click closing. No one's phoning me, I'm just changing my settings. There's a setting on these earphones. I might be able to disable it so I can actually hear the zone. I just wanna stay on the top. So what we haven't actually talked about today is some of the updates. So we talked about the reverse, the trains will reverse. I think they're not doing it on this one because I've not got a train on each end, I've only got them at the front. But if there was a train that's got a locomotive on each side end, it will probably just reverse and go back the way. Particularly the public transport between the east and west and what have you, the trains like that, they'll probably do a reverse run rather than switching round. There was a good one that I liked. What was it? I know there was a camera one, but I've not figured that one out yet. If you upgrade a station, it doesn't reset the cargo or the passengers on it. It used to do that, but now it doesn't. Are you both going the same way? Yeah. So this one's obviously heavier than that one. Actually, I'm almost over it though. But in saying that, we are carrying stuff quite a bit. That looks like it's a good age. It's either that or I've just not coloured it. Doesn't look like it's been coloured. Ah, look, see, it's not got all the cargo. Got quite a lot of cargo missing off it. But anyway, I think I'm going to end it here, folks. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's episode of Transport Fever. I do apologise about the crash in the middle. There's nothing I could do about that. But anyway, we are back, yes, with more Transport Fever. I'm going to do another episode right after this, so do take care, and I will see you all pretty much where we leave off here in the next episode. Until then, goodbye.